Now, when it comes to the Legacy of Kain series, it's an epic saga, a tale of redemption, betrayal, and the eternal struggle between order and chaos. With compelling characters and some outstanding gameplay, fans of the series have been gripped right from the very start. Since the first game, the series has garnered a massive cult following and left fans wanting more. And for me to do justice to perhaps one of the greatest stories within the world of gaming, I'll be creating a multi-video upload surrounding the Legacy of Kain series. And obviously I'm a massive fan, and where better to start than with the main man that the series is named after. But before we can learn of the origins of Kain, we need to go back to the events before his birth. In the mystical land of Nosgoth, where the very fabric of reality was woven by the ancient pillars, there existed a powerful order known as the Circle of Nine. As time passed, a creeping corruption would soon begin to infect the Circle of Nine. It began with Nuparaptor, whose psyche crumbled, especially after finding his beloved Ariel dead by unknown forces. When Ariel died, a new balanced guardian was born, a child whose fate would be interwoven with the very fabric of Nosgoth. Nuparaptor's descent into madness tainted the pillars, and as his corruption festered, it reached out to the others like a web of deceit. It would be some time later in the city of Korhagen that the child of fate had grown into a man, otherwise known as Kain. Born into nobility, Kain was a figure of regal stature, and with his charisma and his ambitions, Kain would find himself embroiled in the political machinations of the lands of Nosgoth. However, the fate that awaited him was far from the life of luxury he had envisioned. Betrayed by those he trusted, Kain fell victim to assassins, his life extinguished in a single stroke. However, this wasn't the end for Kain, but the beginning of a far more sinister chapter. From the cold grip of death, Kain awoke in the spectral realm, and there he encountered Mortanius, who would present Kain with a choice: embrace eternal damnation, or accept the means to return to the world of men. Kain found himself reborn as a vampire. He was now immortal and much more powerful, as well as having an insatiable thirst for vengeance. Returning to the world he once knew, Kain found it irrevocably changed, and Nosgoth had been plunged into chaos. Kain, now a predator among mortals, looked upon mankind as mere cattle, and the source to quench his insatiable thirst for blood. His journey would lead him to the very group of assassins responsible for his death, as well as the members of the Circle. Obviously, the assassins were easy prey, but when it came to the Circle of Nine, each of them wielded immense magical power. However, they soon met their demise at the hands of Kain. As he continued his journey across Nosgoth, Kain would be haunted by a question surrounding his destiny. Was he a pawn in a cosmic game, or did fate hold something much more in store for him?
Interesting.
Eventually, Kain would uncover some answers to these questions. However, what dangers had he brought to the land of Nosgoth? Driven by a sense of duty, Kain would find himself compelled to undo the damage he had brought upon the pillars. And Kain, now the last surviving member of the Circle, faced a difficult choice: sacrifice himself, saving Nosgoth and his people, or let the vampire race go extinct. Obviously, Kain refused to sacrifice, plunging Nosgoth into a new era of darkness, and it was from this decision that events surrounding other characters such as Raziel would come into play. But that's for another time.
You teasing me, naughty.
Anyway, come back next time where I take a look at some of my favourite arcade games. Which one will come out at number 1? Thank you so much for watching, and see you next game.